Yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, DA Talks, in the house. I'm joined, as always, by the lovely co-host, Vicky.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We got some people in the chat. Havorje is spamming the links. It's pretty awesome. Thank you. We got Hero Shack. It's good to see you. I'm glad you've been watching the streams lately. Luster Dog says, everyone enjoying their seizures? Want to make
I don't even
testified
watch
joke.
it. Too bad he never really had seizures.
That's true. Well, I mean, I guess too bad. I don't know. That's a tough one. We have that's a tough one. We have Jack Stafford. Ahoy,
Ahoy,
Ninjas. Ahoy. Again. Vicky is in the comments, but if she's in the comments, who's on this stream with me?
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm everywhere.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Isn't it?
It is. It really
Frightens me as well.
Yeah. So we have
Hey, Distant.
oh, Distant. Your mom says hi. We have a wonderful show. We have two topics. Oh, M3 Writer. He says, love this Eurotrash techno sound. Sounds like the Eastern European country where Kiwi Farm servers are now stuck. Oh.
Oh, that was
Too bad for them.
mean. Gosh darn.
Yeah. So we have a wonderful show. First, I think we're going to be talking about July versus Mark Brooks.
Yet again.
Yeah.
It's like this never-ending saga, and all it took was one reply.
That's all it
to
ever
a
takes.
tweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. But then we have a less fun topic. I don't even know what we call the topic.
I don't know what we call the topic either.
Yeah, but it's certainly disgusting. Is what it is. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the show. Why don't we
think we just play the video, Dean?
Yeah, let's do it.
So what's funny to me is that, today, Eric July, hey, look, I don't know the guy. I have no idea who he is. I've never met him. I wish him all the best with his book. But I just said how I felt about not his book in particular, just about a lot of the books I see coming out of that area of the stratosphere. Just that I find them to be all very generic and pedantic and boring, and that's just me. It's my subjective opinion.
All right, let's segue into that, Mark Brooks, hoe ass nigga. As you disrespect called it vapid writing, nigga. You ain't read shit. What you talking about? Right? And you got motherfuckers like that hating, angry, right? Has Mark Brooks ever even done interiors, right? Like, I ain't knocking people that do pinup shit, right? That's what it is. But have you actually sold some shit other than you doing paid fucking pinups and that's it? Has anybody went and got your shit because your name was tied to it? At all, like in your entire career, as you go and call people that have done interiors, right? Meaning that people got books. They got books from companies that had work in the book, not on a cover, in the book. And Cliff Richards and Gabriel Taib. What the fuck have you done, as you call them, has-beens? Fuck you. Again, straight up, like, we'll exchange words because I take exception to you shitting, right? It ain't about criticism like this. This is like you dropping like disrespect. Hoe ass nigga.
I'm glad Eric is doing well. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that all the people that love him, I hope he makes a lot of money off him.
Mark Brooks is a hoe, and you could tell him I said it. I tell him myself, but he got me blocked. Mark Brooks is a hoe. I'm in the game, right? So I'm in the commentary space where these motherfuckers are going trying to make money selling autographs and shit at San Diego Comic-Con. I could sell my shit here. So when someone says something lousy, I can turn the camera on and I can just record a video and I can get my word out there and my side of the story or whatever it is, and people can watch it. Because what you can't do is sit up here and shit on my artist and then try to shit on, he says it's for made up culture war and all this. But you calling my artist has-beens, and then you call me the writer, talking about vapid writing. What do they think? I'm gonna start a multi-million-dollar business and I'm just gonna stop doing commentary? Sorry, not happening. I don't know where these people get off thinking they can just say whatever the fuck they want, right?
It's only how he makes all his money, by saying whatever the fuck he wants, right?
That is kind of funny. It's like, I can start up a live stream and say what I want, but how dare these people say what they want?
They want. It's only a 20-minute clip that I took all that from, and when I heard him say that, I was just sort of baffled, amused and amazed, But this started on the 30th.
Yeah.
It is now September 4th. And Eric July is still tweeting about it. Not just replying to tweets, but quote tweeting out. He's done like 4 fucking videos, complained about it on a live stream for almost an hour and a half, brought it up again on another live stream. I mean, he just will not, he can't let it go. Yeah. He doesn't like criticism very much.
It doesn't seem that way.
Which I understand. I mean, who really wants to be criticized? But, a subjective opinion is a subjective opinion. It's not like he's going to get Mark Brooks to change his mind.
Yeah. At least not with that attitude.
I mean, I think the art looks kind of boring. The villain looks like something straight out of Scooby-Doo.
That was funny.
I mean, that's out of Scooby fucking Doo. Like, okay, we couldn't come up with something better. They're all kind of generic. Like, based in my opinion, I read his quote short story. That's what the rest of us call a synopsis, on his website. And even that short paragraph was overwrought, had like so much unnecessary just verbal diarrhea in it. And it itself was horribly written. And if that's an example of the rest of the book, you know, I wouldn't enjoy reading it.
Where do you get off? Saying whatever you want?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even monetized, right? That was another thing that he said on a different video. Like, you're not even monetized. What? No, maybe that was Ethan. That was Ethan. Why would you even bother doing this? It's like, just cuz?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
sure.
It's a weird arguing point. It kind of comes off like these people will argue any point just to be right.
I feel that way, right? Today, someone was trying to tell me that Eric July's quote campaign, because it's not a campaign, it's actually a sale. It's a pre-sale. It's a pre-order, as he called it, isn't actually a pre-order. Okay, so we have the prefix pre, meaning before. We have the word order, which, which is basically to make a demand to receive something or put in a request to receive something. So he hasn't actually received the books when he started the sale, right? And they're telling me it's not a pre-order.
Yeah, that's the one.
And he's agreeing with them in the replies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you've been calling this shit a pre-order for 2 months, 3 months. And now it's not a pre-order because you had to get your books printed? How does that work?
Yeah. What I find really funny is like it's like a pre-order. So there's a release date, right? We haven't hit that release date, and these are
We passed
orders.
the first release date.
Well, I mean, it's been pushed back though.
Yeah.
We have orders before the release date. That's a pre-order.
I know.
It just doesn't really make sense.
Yeah. He is going to start shipping, I guess he says within the next couple of weeks, which I suppose is mid-September, even though he said end of August, early September, the second time he gave a date. And obviously now it's not August, it's going to be mid-September. And he also says he can get 2 to 3. They know, they've done it. They've calculated it out. They've figured out how they're going to get 2 to 3,000 books out the door a day. Packages out that door a day and shipped. And as I'm sitting there thinking about it, because I mean, I did the math, right? A 10-hour work day, you'd have to get 3 packages ready per minute. That includes boxing, looking them up, looking up the order, packaging them up, making sure that the stickers have been done, making sure that the mailing labels are on them, making sure they're taped up, making sure that you have both books, t-shirts, posters, trading cards, and whatever else is supposed to. 3 packages, which are all, I mean, those are all separate packages because it doesn't look like they're shipping t-shirts and books in the same container at all. And there's just, with one guy working in his warehouse, he can't do it. Now he could do it with with a dozen, maybe. And then there may be somebody who has to sit at the post office most of the day while that shit gets, logged in.
Critical Blast says, I do 100 per hour.
Are those already boxed up? Or are you talking just books and boards and bags, RJ?
Well, not only that, you also got to think like RJ's experienced.
That too.
And these people clearly have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
So we also got to factor in
Yeah.
the
If you're
incompetence.
taking a book that's bagged and boarded and you're just putting it in a Gemini that's already folded, and you can do 100 of those in an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe. But that's still not 2 to 3K a day. And then today's video, he said, "Oh, and we'll be doing even more. We'll be doing even more than 3K a day.
Yeah.
I got some meetings. We're going to talk about it, but you know, I'm very sure we can do more than 3,000 a day." So, anyway, it's all just, but that Mark Brooks wasn't allowed to criticize what he thought the book looked like. Gabe El Taib was never nominated for an Eisner. Gabe El Taib, who says he walked away from DC, he didn't walk away from DC. They didn't want his ass anymore. Marvel, DC. I'm tired. My brain's like half fried. Right? He does that Superman book. He violates an NDA, and they didn't want to work with him no more. He didn't walk away, kick the dust off his feet, slam the door on his way out. No, they slammed the door on his ass on the way out. He cost people their jobs, and that son of a bitch acts like, his shit don't stink. And he's somehow this, gift to this person of color gift to indie comics. He also called Mark Brooks a racist against Arabs on Ethan's stream, which was like one of the craziest things I've ever heard, because my co-host is Arab, and Mark Brooks doesn't seem to have much of a problem with him.
Yeah, he can't be racist. He has an Arab friend.
Yeah.
No,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, I've spoken with the man, and I've never heard him say anything even close to racist.
Yeah, I don't
He
think...
gets offended if you even come close to it.
Yeah, that's true. There was a Risey in the chat once, and
that
and he was very
not
happy with...
No.
Yeah. So
not at all.
I did find that funny, the Gabe El Taib stunt, because it was just, they were literally just pulling like the same plays that they complain about and they say SJWs do, making them SJWs. It was wild.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
Yeah. Also, it's like really funny that like Gabe El Taib, he's doing like the ultra SJW move, and he's like trying to contact Mark Brooks's boss essentially to get him fired over what he calls racism, even though there was nothing of the sort.
Because he criticized a book.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, you are full cancel culture right now, bro.
Yeah. And Ethan was just like, yeah, dude. Yeah. Mark Brooks a racist. Yeah.
You've gone full cancel culture.
Be a Karen. Be the Karen you always wanted to be, Gabe. Was pretty much like Ethan's response.
Yeah, Ethan's always wanted to be a woman. So, But I think we should move on to the next topic.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. So we're going to be talking about the Liam situation. Not particularly a topic I want to touch on.
But it sort of feels like a topic we need to touch on.
Yeah.
Not because we're trying to, shit on Liam, which we most certainly are not. I think I wish Liam all the best. and I hope that he's home soon. I find it heartbreaking that he had to spend his first Father's Day away from his baby.
Yeah, so
So-
Australian Father's Day was this weekend,
Yeah.
just so you guys know.
But the entire shit show surrounding this on one side and the other, I'm not gonna cut Vinny any slack for well, I will cut Vinny a little bit of slack for raging on YouTube because he's angry, he's pissed off, and he's hurting for his friend. It probably would be better just to not talk about it at all, Vinny. No offense. I'm not telling you what to do. But definitely move on from it because I feel like he said everything he possibly could in his last 2 streams.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and watch it. Yeah.
They're trying to push my friend even further. We're trying to get him help. He sees
not
a lot of
doing
this
anything.
shit or whatever. He'll probably try to do it again. That's why we're trying to make sure that he does get the proper help.
Oh God.
This is ridiculous.
Oh my god, I need some wine to deal with the rest. It's 4:00. Do you think I can drink wine yet? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to point out there is some comedy here. JDA asking his boyfriend if it's okay if he gets a bottle of wine. I don't know. I find that funny.
Right.
I'm good. Open bottle of wine. Will you take over the stream real quick, Ethan?
Yeah, I will.
Please hold the fort down, babe. I'm gonna go get us a bottle of wine.
Vinny, Vinny, you're like seriously, you're a dummy, and you need to stay far away from this situation. I know you care so much about your friend Liam. It could be that you both kind of are covering for each other's lies and your life's lies. You know, all of this stuff about your career. That's all lie. Liam's weird stuff about hanging out with me in New Jersey in the 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, that was never a thing that he said, but
And yeah, I'm sorry, you stopped just a sec early.
Clubs. That was a lie.
Okay, so Liam has, to my knowledge, has never tried to claim that he and Ethan were hanging out in punk clubs in New Jersey. This is something Ethan appears to have pulled squarely out of his ass
his
while John
very
made room.
gigantic.
While
ass.
John made room, go into the kitchen to get a bottle of wine. So, and I'm not going to say that Vinny is some sort of fountain of truthfulness. I'm not going to say that Liam is some fountain of truthfulness. But anything they may have said about their careers or what they've done is kind of immaterial to the point here, which is the fact that Liam left a suicide note and was ready and going to kill himself.
Yeah.
Right. And Ethan saying you're not doing anybody any favors here while he and JDA are EFAPing the stream themselves is pure irony.
You two cover for each other, and that's what you do. But one thing that you're not qualified to do is deal with somebody who is threatening self-harm. You motherfucker, you evil vultures, fuck you. Fuck. You do not have the touch to deal with that. You got to let people like that umbrella guy who was a trained medical psychological professional.
No, he's not.
He's 100% not. Like he's
That yeah, go
just
ahead.
not. Like the actor Matthew Lewis, because he is an actor of sorts, is not a medical professional or a psychological professional. The guy isn't qualified to do anything. He's not even apparently qualified to lay down the pipe for his wife, which is why she catfishes for dick pics. Like, the guy's just
If you go to
a
the tennis,
grifting piece of shit.
if and anybody in the chat can do this, go to the state of Tennessee Medical Licensing Board. Just Google mental health care licenses Tennessee, and it will give you to a state, the state board search. Type in that umbrella guy's name, which you can find by Googling that umbrella guy real name.
You could find it on Bounding Into Comics, which is something that they all support. So
Yeah. And plug his real name into that search engine on the state of Tennessee's website, and he's not there because he doesn't have a license to practice mental health care in the state of Tennessee, despite everything he has said on his own channel, despite saying it on Nick Rekieta's channel, despite saying it and blasting it out on Twitter. He's not able to do that legally.
yeah, like he's not like he doesn't have a license for anything other than driving. If he
doesn't have
even
any kind of
that.
health, no kind of healthcare license for therapy, no kind of healthcare license for nursing, nothing.
Yeah. So
So maybe you want to check that out with Tug there, Ethan, before you go recommending him. Recommending an unlicensed therapist just doesn't sound like a really good idea.
well, especially not when you were talking about suicide. It is probably like dangerous to do something.
Talking to Tug would make me want to kill myself.
Well, there it goes.
Who handles people in crisis. That is what he does for a living. Look at how well he handled Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This is a guy who knows how to deal with people who are in crisis, and you need to step way back, take 8 or 9 steps back, especially if 7 steps behind you is a cliff with a 2-mile drop. And you need to just let the professionals deal with this, not you. And you can be as mad as you want at me, Steven. You could be as mad as you want at me too, but you're not really mad at me, Steven. You're mad at that hoe.
I'm about
No,
Okay, wait. Okay, so one thing they go over in the stream, like the Steve Walton and his girlfriend cheating on him thing, and like they make fun of him a lot for it, and they bring it up, they reference it from, like, I think they reference it again later, but like Ethan's the last person who should be making fun of somebody who got cucked. Like, Ethan, like, it was just his girlfriend. Dude, you had a wife that left you for another man. And, like, if you don't think that she was cheating on you when she left you for another man, I got some, like, you know, it's, like, the complete lack of self-awareness. You don't have any room to talk, you fat fuck. You're the last person. You should feel sympathy for this guy, because you've been in a much, much worse position. Like, just no, like, awareness.
None whatsoever.
happy with this stream. Let's go.
This is absolutely fucking ridiculous and disgusting. It's vile. Like I said, there are police reports. There's everything. There's a paper trail to all this shit. These people are just the worst of the worst. Absolute worst of the worst. They don't stand for anything. All they care about is their dollar. That's all they care about.
Right.
I do like dollars. Thank you, chat.
In a way, it's true. Like, I would trade. I would take $1. I'd pick up $1 instead of pushing Vinny out of the way of an oncoming train. Like, if there were two, if I had 2 choices, there's $1 on the ground and an oncoming train is going to hit Vinny, and I could either push him or grab the $1. He's quite right. I would pick up the $1.
That's fair.
Like, Ethan, I'm not sure if you've realized the shape of yourself, but I don't think you'd be fast enough to do either.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
The idea that this is, and Vinny did touch on something, because that's all this has been, right? The fucking almost, well, definitely over a year's worth of harassment from John Delarose towards Liam, like constant harassment, has all been about money. It's been about super chats. It's been about selling books. It's been about growing his channel so that he can get, more revenue, so that he can finally get to membership and be able to collect that money every month. That's all this has been ever since he and Testify first hooked up with Testify insiders spewing all of their lies about Liam.
Yeah, what I don't get is and I mean because one thing is we did do content on Liam, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's okay to do content on people, but even we realize okay, enough's enough. Clearly this guy doesn't
Just
maybe he doesn't
I don't think he's not able to process it the same way.
No, I'm
some
not
other
saying
people
that.
do.
I'm saying maybe he doesn't deserve everybody ever shitting on him and doing countless streams just completely mocking him.
JDA would go from his stream where he'd EFAP Liam to, the Etsy stream where they'd EFAP the same frickin' stream, to Alassi Affairs where they'd EFAP the same stream again. It was, and then the next day, the process would start all over again.
Yeah.
In January and February, there were something like 16 streams with just Liam's name in the title, and John was only streaming once a week.
Yeah.
Right? He'd throw in the little extra stream every once in a while, but he only had one scheduled stream for this kind of shit a week. 15 just with Liam's name in them, and that doesn't even count the ones that he talked about him in where he wasn't in the title.
Or he was in the thumbnail without him
Or
being in the name.
Something.
Yeah. But
And that was before Liam, before the Indiegogo stuff too. So it's not like he can say, well, that's because he harassed me got me kicked off of Indiegogo. This is before the Indiegogo shit.
Yeah.
The absolute most. It's vile. It's fucking vile is what it is. If you want more
Fucking
information on
vile.
stuff, again, go look at my previous video. And again, if you know anyone who's being attacked, bullied, harassed,
Mike
his,
is saying
his-
he'd rather have Bitcoin. Yeah.
He'd rather, yeah, that's fair. That is very Mike on brand. Yes. His previous video is just Vinny screaming just like this for 20 minutes. Also, it's the exact same thing. There's no receipts. There's none of that stuff. It is just the same fucking thing, which we EFAP'd the other day. If you're a channel
And
member, all my
but he EFAP'd that one too.
old streams
right?
are available that way.
So what
If
was
they're
the date of this
suicidal-
stream? I forget the date of this stream.
This stream was it was Friday.
This was the Friday stream.
Yeah.
So this is the day after. This is the day after the news broke that, well, this is the day after Liam decided he was going to kill himself. And he ended up, he's in a hospital right now. He ended up in the hospital that morning. This stream is the day after, and they're just cracking jokes. They'd already, Vinny did the stream the day before, angry and hurt. And JDA EFAP'd it and laughed at it as he did it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
just like they're doing here.
It's pretty gross. Like, I don't really. I'm gonna save like my thoughts until like probably a little later in, but it gets worse, guys. Like,
Get them help immediately. Please do so.
Or just scream at him that
Right
everybody
now,
is
he's
evil.
still in the hospital.
All their
Again, it's a very
everybody
fragile
around them is
situation,
fucking
and
a
I'm not gonna be
vulture and
giving
evil.
details out.
I mean, but you guys are like.
But I'm the one
Yeah.
who's been staying up until 3 and 4 in the morning to have direct communications with his wife to find out how he's doing. and
I'm
if he's
sorry,
getting
pardon
help.
me.
Wait,
what other information
wait.
You stay away from his wife, Vinny.
It's not
That is
funny.
what that sounded like.
Like,
It's not funny at all.
like
Cracking
he's
joke.
legit trying to say how he like is being a
Checking
good
up.
friend because like his and they're like, oh, you stay away from his wife. Like, fuck you guys. Like,
Making cracks about that. That is just in bad taste.
Like, right?
A little bit. You and
Yeah.
Steven stay away from his wife and his kids.
Would you
Imbeciles.
saying you're gonna take care of his family, Vinny?
I've heard that
Oh.
before.
I'm sure you have, Ethan. I know
From a
you have.
skydiving instructor. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
God.
that they need. Because this is retarded.
You're
This
right.
Yes.
isn't about books. This isn't about anything. You get these motherfuckers trying to compare campaigns as this news was dropping. What does that tell you? That tells you exactly what I said was true. All they care about is their fucking dollar. Very Christian of you.
But my dollar buys
There's a
my
special
wine.
place in hell for motherfuckers like that.
I just want to point out, JDA, your dollar
daddy's.
doesn't buy your wine. Like, your grandparents buy your wine. You're a fucking leech. You don't even buy things for your kids. It's your grandparents' money. You're a fucking leech.
These people know that his lifespan has been shortened anyway, dramatically, for what had happened.
Wait, what?
And that's
He
why
drank an
trying to
entire
accomplish as
bottle
much
of
as he
vodka. All in one. He chugged a bottle of vodka, you idiot.
Who did?
Liam did. His lifespan's been shortened. Liam's an idiot who goes into. I'm sorry, Liam. Get better soon. But you're an idiot who goes into liquor stores, opens up ostensibly, and you've never admitted this wasn't what happened. Open up a bottle of vodka, turned it upside down into your mouth, and drank the entire thing like it was Dasani. You're fucking crazy. If anybody shortened his lifespan, it would be Liam.
Okay, so what Vinny's talking about is not some one single solitary stunt where Liam went into a liquor store and chugged down a bottle of vodka. Liam is straight edge. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't drink, except for that one time he did it on stream, which I think was actually faked. But whatever. What Vinny is talking about is the fact that Liam had an aneurysm and was actually told by doctors that he would most likely be dead before he even hit 40. It's why he didn't want to have, like, I remember streams where he was talking about how he didn't want to have kids because he thought that would just be, you know, like dying before you're 40 is just not cool, right? And just bad to have small children when you know you're not going to live long enough to see them grow up, right? But that is what Vinny's talking about. Vinny's not talking about some bullshit about drinking vodka. And worse, JDA knows about Liam's aneurysm. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of
JDA
course he does. He streamed everything
he's
Liam ever did,
streamed-
ever.
He has streamed and talked about it and mocked him when he talked about when he had to go remember when he had to go have some testing done, right? For his noggin. He made fun of him there. He made fun of him when he talked about having to go to psychotherapy because of the holes in his memory caused by the brain damage from his aneurysm. So, I mean, JDA knows this shit and he just pretends that he doesn't. And to top it all off, last year, he had a testicular cancer scare and had to have one of his testicles removed. And JDA and Ethan damn well know about this. And I don't know who this little Alex chick is.
She knows nothing, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But they both know this.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've EFAP'd everything Liam's ever done.
Yeah.
Again, I don't care if you like him or you don't like him. I don't care if you
I
have
do
beef
like
with him
him.
or not.
I don't.
No one should be pushed to the edge of fucking suicide.
Well, I mean, Vinny, you have no ability to cause any change. Like, you are literally, I could round you down to a zero, and you have zero impact on the industry. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody's buying your books unless I'm asking them to. You're a small little cadre of friends. You're not. We're doing that. That's what we're doing. You can join us or not.
Yeah,
it's just simple as that. Cry about
Bend
it.
the knee, and say all the
they don't
right
do drama. They don't want to
things,
talk
and-
about things they don't like. Let's talk about how we wish you were selling our books, but we want to do it our way, Ethan.
I don't know why they bring it back to book sales when, like, it's very
They're
clear
not
this isn't about books. Vinny actually said that. But
multiple times during his stream. He said
okay.
Want to do
You're
it our
halfway
way.
through this stream, and he's only just said they're fucking evil. Fuck these motherfuckers. That's all he's saying over and over
Nothing
again,
else.
like a lunatic.
Yeah.
What kind of effect do you think this had on Liam? This kind of talk, this kind of idiocy.
It riled him up, and it enabled him.
This is where it gets just like extremely gross. Because Ethan and JDA essentially they don't try. They put the blame on what Liam they put the blame on his friends. And they say they riled them up. It couldn't have been the constant EFAppings and like the constant lies, and it couldn't have been any of that. It had to have been his friends.
It couldn't have been the constant tearing down, the constant mocking of his work, which was, quite frankly, pretty darn good.
I mean, it's better
It
than
is
anything JDA's
good.
ever done.
Right? That new book, that Kashaki's Soldier, whatever that thing is, Nightmare, I can't remember what it's called. But his latest campaign, that book looks bitchin'. Right? And this is also the day after Liam decided to do this, just hours, right? Less than a day after being on Ethan's live stream and then being dogpiled by Micah, John Malin, JD fucking A, that Star Wars girl. Like, this is, and granted, Liam lost the plot a few times in that stream, right?
Well, yeah, but he was also like sandbagged pretty much instantly. Like
he comes on the stream, and then Ethan brings on fucking Micah.
And John
Micah
Delarose.
And John
literally
Delarose.
Anybody that has an issue with Liam. And it's just really gross because I don't think I added it into this clip, but Ethan, like, he talks about, oh, the stream was good, everything was fun, Liam was having fun. It's like, no, dude, yeah, you had him on, totally awesome, and then you literally invited anybody that had an issue with him, and you surprised him with it, like.
And the reason he went on was because earlier in that stream, this was right after Nerd Wonder was in the chat, for God knows what reason, just decides to bring up the old Liam shit again. And then Ethan has her on. And then Ethan starts, spewing even more bullshit lies about Liam. And Liam shouldn't have gone on. But he did. And then Micah's like, the first thing out of You know, the first exchange between Micah and Liam, the stream's still up. You can all go check this out if you don't believe me. Is Liam is like, dude, you're totally lying about what I paid Lidl. Like, you know, I bought her this tablet. And Micah just goes, I thought you said that I didn't know about your business dealings. Fucking A, Micah. I knew about the tablet. Everybody who followed around, who watched Liam, knew about the tablet. And you know why? Because Lidl fucking tweeted about it. They were in a DM group together. And you think Micah didn't know about the fucking tablet? So the first thing he does is like lie and deflect. Right? And that's how the entire rest of the stream went from all sides.
Yeah, it was definitely really gross. I can't say that enough. This whole thing is really fucking gross.
That went on this entire time.
But if you like, I understand wanting to vent about something like this when something like someone you supposedly care about is, you know, under that much distress, most of it probably internal. But like, don't go on YouTube to do it. Like, that's and point fingers at people with no receipts.
We got receipts. Honey.
Well, it's like you like clearly this person hasn't been around longer than like a week. So maybe I'm trying to find a nice way to say shut the fuck up, bitch, when you don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I think that sounded nice enough.
It could definitely be meaner.
Well, yeah, that's.
But it's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. You have no idea what you're talking about. Like, at all. I don't blame her. I blame John for having her on the stream on something that she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about, because, like, literally anybody knows, anybody that's watched any bit of content from John, or just seen his channel in passing, knows, like, literally all of his content is Liam.
Well, to be fair, the last month and a half or so, because Liam, you know.
No, there was still Liam. There was, like, there was still plenty of Liam on the channel somehow.
Yeah, they were still talking about him. There were a few live streams that he tried to do, subscriber only, that he ended up privating, like, right away. There have been a few streams. I know he's reacted to Micah, because good old Micah decided to sell his book off of Liam. That 3 nights, 4 days crap, I guess, wasn't making enough money. He was afraid he wasn't going to get to goal. So he had to start marketing off of Liam, just like the rest of them do. Well, just like, you know, JDA does.
Yeah.
You know? But honey, but the reason JDA had her on is because she doesn't know anything. Right? It's the perfect opportunity for them to stop and quote, explain things and not really tell the truth. This is something that he has done regularly, and will continue to do, is have people on who have never been exposed to any of the material. That way he can just say whatever he wants. They always come in and say stuff like, well, you don't have, you know, like this chick, well, you don't have receipts. Well, everybody watching, you know, like everybody watching Vinny's stream knows the receipts. Everybody who's been watching JDA's stream knows the receipts. But JDA will be like, yeah, you shouldn't talk about it without receipts.
Yeah. You're a square. I don't know what this point is. At all. You're not really making a point.
Yeah, we're not trying to sell Liam's book for him.
Yeah, I don't really know what. Okay.
because I won't watch this shit. They're blocked. They're blocked from fucking everything. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to see them. This is evil. They tried to help a man commit suicide.
That's just a lie, Vinny.
Yeah.
This is part, okay. We're about to get into some really gross stuff, because they totally knew what they were doing. They knew they were pushing him, and we're about to see a clip from JDA's intros, on his live stream.
That's a complete lie, and he knows that. Bullshit.
This is all straight, by the way. There's nothing that's chopped up. It goes from that to this and then to the next part. So it's all straight, like, played straight. There's no chopping of this.
Don't spam the chat, mate. Asking questions once is enough. Oh, gosh. You just kept asking and asking, dude. Like, why does it matter? I emailed him a couple of times. We talked back and forward. At the time, he said he wasn't interested in making comics. He was just making commentary. That's it. There's no more to it. Like, I'm not the secret mastermind behind your boy Zach. You know, I was just here a long time ago before it was a major thing, you know? And when I saw people talking out against things that I'd been talking about for a very long time, I thought, finally, there's enough people together that we can make change. That's it. That's why this has been so important to me, because I've seen so many people get hurt. I've seen so many creators get hurt and go to the grave with nothing, you know? Like, I have people that were very dear and important to me that are no longer with us, who don't have anything. And their family suffered really hard. Hold on. Sorry. No, I'm fine.
I'm blown out. Oh no, the almighty juice of Kiwi Farms has determined I am a lolcow. He will ruin my employment prospects and bully me into suicide.
And that all plays straight. Like, there's no editing to that. That's
straight off of a JDA stream. Right?
And they're going to talk about how it wasn't them that pushed Liam to this. It was his friends who enabled him.
It was his friends who called for help. Right. Pagliacci, for those of you who don't know, I think Cider's probably the one that put this clip together. Probably doesn't quite know the complete story of Pagliacci. Pagliacci is actually the character played by a guy named Canio in the opera. It's a play within a play, right? And Canio is cucked by his wife, Netta. And at the end of the two-acter, Canio ends up killing Netta and her lover, Silvio, right? A lot of people think Pagliacci kills himself, but he doesn't. Which is part of the reason why they used it.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But when Dean showed me this, I felt really gross and dirty and wanted to go take a shower. Actually, watching the stream in the first place and recording it made me feel that way.
Was that Liam's fragile? I don't think he knows. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't know reality anymore.
So
money shot.
Yeah. So we know, we know that EVS knows that Liam might not be mentally
there.
healthy
and able to take all this because he's
doesn't know top
he,
to bottom. So my
I
thing
think that's
was
because of
just-
his friend group here.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be. So my thing was
yeah,
just, hey,
it's because of his friend group. It has nothing to do with maybe Liam's upbringing, which they all know very well about. It may not have anything to do with that aneurysm, which caused him brain damage and memory loss.
it's definitely not them trying to bully him into suicide
for well over a year.
let's just chill
Right?
and Liam have a good
It's
time.
all
Just
the
relax.
it's all
Let's
his
enjoy
friends.
Comicsgate here. Sell some comics, and hopefully we'll at the end of this. My agenda was take down the fucking problem with John Delarose. Fix his write the note, whatever
That'd
it
be
is.
great. I would love for that to happen. We could all just sell books together. Be fun. Oh well. Thank you, Ethan. You're supposed to mind your own business when Liam comes on your channel and starts screaming at stuff. And
No, I was doing.
don't
I
get
was.
it.
I was putting on a show like normal. Liam
That's
sent
it.
me a message from the chat and said, "This is all interesting and stuff, but please send the link." And I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, okay." So I sent it, but all verifiable. Sent the link and let Liam have the floor, and it became his show from then on. It was fine with me. It was very entertaining.
Chat loved it.
Yeah, it was a good time. Everybody said it was the best show they'd seen in a long time. There was a warm, happy kind of feeling about it. It was not what Vinny is trying to make it seem like. They said it just felt good. The show felt good. Like,
you know that
people can go watch it again.
That warm, happy feeling was all of them getting dopamine hits off of bullying Liam. Like, there was no warm, happy feeling from the chat. The chat, like, it was literally Caesar, dealing in bread and circuses, and the mob in the stands cheering it on. Right? It wasn't warm and fuzzy. It wasn't fun for anybody but them after Liam was gone, and they were all patting themselves on the back for having, once again slayed the Liam dragon of quote lies. Like, that's literally what it was.
Yeah.
JDA, oh, thank you, that Star Wars girl, for finding that tweet. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that Star Wars girl. I mean, it was disgusting to watch. And Ethan, yeah, he let Liam on because as soon as he did, what happened to his live views?
Yeah.
They didn't drop. Right? They didn't drop. They went up. It was the most live views I think he'd probably had since he had Eric July on.
Yeah.
Vinny, I hope you're not going to say that. Hope you're not going to say that I did this or I caused this, because I will sue you. I mean, I will.
Okay, good. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I really gotta just point out, Ethan's now like a morbidly obese Preston Poulter. Like, you're gonna sue him. I mean, well, first of all, he didn't even say that. Although, in my opinion, I think that Ethan is definitely a big, a big reason as to why this happened. I think John is too. I think there's a few reasons, and that's my beliefs, my opinion on it. But EVS is now a morbidly obese Preston Poulter, just threatening lawsuits over what people think. Let that sink in.
Well, and then
he probably also takes it up the ass.
But then you've got him, right? You already have him on this exact same stream, admitting that Liam is fragile and has a difficult time with reality. So he knows, what that doesn't exactly help his case along, right? In my opinion, I too believe that JDA and Ethan mightily contributed to this, along with others. Wiggle, Elasmat, Einbrecht, Olassie Affairs, but mostly JDA. Ethan was on almost every single solitary Liam EFAP.
Literally, yeah, like at least 90%.
Right? He EFAP'd Tug's JDA and Liam stream. You know? I mean, it's not like Ethan pulls himself away from any kind of Liam content. He gets off on it. He gets off on making fun of Liam. He has said numerous times that it's fun. Just like JDA says it's fun. They find it fun.
Yeah. Yep.
So I hope that doesn't happen. I will sue you if you libel me in that way and you want to tell people that I caused what happened to dear, sweet, disorderly, however, Liam Gray. If you want to say that about me and spread that around, you're going to have trouble. I will take you to court. You're not going to be able to block me. You're not going to be able to block my lawyers. This will not be anything like, I'm just not going to come on the stream and talk about it for super chats. I will get one big super chat from you at the end of this.
All right,
himself
Ethan
right
Poulter.
now.
Like fucking
the guy who
Jesus.
Might be responsible for all of this. I'm just kidding, Micah. How you doing?
I'm all right, John.
Oh my God, is this crazy? Have you watched most of this?
I have not. Somebody told me about what was going on. I wasn't quite sure. I knew Vinny was obviously pissed. I knew he was basically blaming everybody, right? That isn't like people around Liam who enabled him to do this.
Okay, so one of my biggest problems with that statement is like, okay, so the people around him that enabled him to do this, like, okay, by that logic, you were around Juwario when he was doing what he did, Micah. So you kind of enabled him to do those things, right? Because you were around him. You were his buddy. When he did what he did. And don't get me wrong, that is completely unfair to say. So, like, that's fucked up that you would say that.
It's very fucked up.
Yeah.
So I saw what you tweeted. It was just a very nice, hey, I hope he gets the help he needs, and you were always there in the background, honestly, trying to get Liam to dial down this entire time. I was there, and I actually voiced frustration to you. I'm like, dude, can you get this guy to stop? And you're like, look, I'm trying to get him to calm down. Yeah. But these guys were in the background doing the opposite, and it seems like they just listened, like Liam just listened to whoever wanted to amp him up more rather than who wanted to tell him the truth. It seemed like
that's you were there, like the live stream you and Liam had. I said before it, I was like, "Hey, you guys can do whatever," but at the end of it, Liam, flagging has to stop. John will not. There will be nothing. There will be no escalation to this. It ends here, and he was like, "Okay, all right," and then
okay, and as far as I know, Liam didn't continue flagging. But John continued to escalate.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it sounds like Liam held up his end of the bargain, and two-faced rat, limp dick midget John Delarose just couldn't hold up his end of the bargain.
Couldn't just move on.
Limp dick midget John Delarose.
And let's remember what that JDA Tug stream was actually all about. All right, quick recap for everybody who doesn't remember, who may be a little short on the history of this.
Short like John Delarose.
John Delarose.
5'2" John Delarose.
A fucking manlet. Anyway, so Liam had DMCA striked John's Indiegogo because of a cover that John was using for his stupid Girl in the Crusades book, right? instead of going ahead and filing a counterclaim with Indiegogo, which would have had his Indiegogo back up within 2 weeks, John Delarose instead decided to go on to the Etsy stream and dox Liam. He then went and made a edited video that he put up on his channel where he doxed Liam as he's reading the emails. He then tried to make the excuse that it was a public record because it was an email from Indiegogo, which is a complete and total bunch of bullshit, right? But if John had gone ahead and just filed a counterclaim on the DMCA, it would have been over. He would have had his Indiegogo back up in 2 weeks. It was already just in demand. It's not like it was an open campaign, right? Instead, John doxes Liam. YouTube takes the video down. Indiegogo says, sorry, dude, but you violated the terms of service for privacy. Not harassment. It wasn't that Liam was going and filing claims of harassment over and over and over again against John, like JDA claims, because you would never know that, because nobody's name is if somebody files a report, Indiegogo doesn't tell you unless they're taking action, and they don't tell you who sent it, except for a DMCA, right? And it just became this complete and total shit show of lies from JDA, from Ethan, from everybody over in that corner of Comicsgate. And most of Comicsgate decided to ignore the fact that John Delarose doxed Liam in a video. That's not important because Liam DMCA struck him. Yeah, that is pretty fucking important when the terms of service of Indiegogo say don't release anybody's fucking private information. Right?
Yeah.
And so it escalates into this big stream on Tug's channel where it's going to be JDA versus Liam. And it was a shit show of a stream, partly because Tug was totally on John Delarose's side, because John Delarose's side is Ethan's side. Nobody was there. It's not like Tug was helping to stand up for Liam like he was for John. Liam, being Liam, has difficulty with his memory because he is brain damaged, right? And when he gets more excited, he has even more difficulty remembering stuff. Plus two, he's got to try to remember what he's fibbed about and what he's told the truth about, and it becomes this big, god-awful mess. But then there is nothing on this. There was no attempt to de-escalate anything on that stream. None. And there was no attempt and certainly no action put behind John Delarose de-escalating or suspending his salvos at Liam.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what I have to say about that.
No, it didn't. So
It didn't stop. And that's
It did stop.
From Liam's side, it stopped.
It did stop, John. You limp dick midget. It did stop. From Liam's side, you didn't stop. You rat-faced piece of shit.
the whole thing, and we just kept.
I don't get this mess. So the wrong people said Liam shouldn't kill himself. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I don't get this. You know?
We all say that we want Liam to get better, and we want him to get the help he needs. I'm keeping him in prayers. Like nobody's saying anything like they're insinuating. It's really weird. Yeah.
Please, if anybody in the
they
chat,
said okay. First, they said it was a message to a bunch of friends. Okay, then they said because it got public. I heard about this thing. Let me back up. I heard about this. I came in. I was actually late, so whatever had been going on today, I hadn't noticed any of it. I had God, a half dozen messages or more about Liam Gray. Oh my God, he's threatening to kill himself. If you heard this, you heard that. And I was like, holy shit, this is messed up. So I put out a positive message about, hey, don't kill yourself. You got a kid, dude. It'll get better. If it doesn't get better, well, then just get far away from the internet and never look back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I hope he focuses on his family and stuff like that. He's clearly can't handle the internet as a whole, and some people can't, and that's okay. So.
And that is
the
something
internet
John
as a whole is literally you bullying him into suicide, dude. And you can say that's not what you were doing, right? But let's just watch this again. We'll skip the music part, motherfucker.
Don't spam the chat, mate. Asking questions once is enough. Oh gosh, you just kept asking and asking, dude. Like, why does it matter? I emailed him a couple of times. We talked back and forward. At the time, he said he wasn't interested in making comics. He was just making commentary. That's it. There's no more to it. Like, I'm not the secret mastermind behind your boy Zach. I was just here a long time ago before it was a major thing, And when I saw people talking out against things that I'd been talking about for a very long time, I thought, finally, there's enough people together that we can make change. That's it. That's why this has been so important to me, because I've seen so many people get hurt. I've seen so many creators get hurt and go to the grave with nothing. I have people that were very dear and important to me that are no longer with us, who don't have anything. And their family suffered really hard. Hold on. Sorry. No, I'm fine.
I'm blown out. Oh no, the almighty Juice of Kiwi Farms has determined I am a lolcow. He will ruin my employment prospects and bully me into suicide.
Yeah, you can say that you didn't do this. It's his friends for enabling him. But you're a lying, limp dick midget piece of shit F-slur. I'm trying not to say that word. You're a fucking leech, bro. All you've ever been is a fucking leech, John. Fucking piece of shit, dude.
He is a total piece of shit. They're all, Tug. So, Tug's first tweet was, Dean was kind enough to pull it up. Just heard Liam Gray threaten suicide via suicide note today. Liam doesn't need the internet or streaming at this juncture. He needs professional help. When the internet becomes the focus, it can mess you up inside. Focus life outside this. The wife, the kid, you. Okay. Liam had pretty much left.
Wait. Actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do want to address this this chat from Distant. He says, so what? We want safe space internet full of banning over this stuff, or maybe don't put yourself out there if you're that unstable. Okay, but here's the thing, right? When you know somebody is that unstable, Distant, which they acknowledge that they know, you don't then push somebody that far when you know that they're that unstable. I'm not saying ban it from the internet, because I don't believe in censorship. However, they should be shamed for pushing somebody that far when they acknowledge that they know Liam is unstable, right?
Right.
Like, it'd be one thing, this is just somebody, you said a couple things and they were unstable. You don't know that person, and they hurt themselves because they're that unstable. That's not even the situation.
Yeah, we are. We're working with specific actions. Like, what they have done is
they acknowledge they know he's unstable. He's not right in the head. They like, John clearly knows he was bullying him into suicide. It's very clear from that clip of his intros.
Yeah. And then Tug, the mental health professional who decides to broadcast this all over Twitter. Like, nobody else did. This is the very first tweet. He says, well, I know Vinny was tweeting about it. Well, where's your proof? Because I looked at Vinny's timeline and it's not there. I looked for archives. There aren't any. So please, Tug, if you have proof that Vinny posted part of this suicide note on Twitter, procure it. Put it out there. Prove me the fuck wrong. But what happened is you went in, you got all these messages, you decided not to check into anything. You decided not to check to see if someone you used to call your friend was okay. You, as a, quote, mental health professional, made absolutely no effort to make sure that Liam had help or got help, which would be a violation of any professional ethics if you were actually a fucking professional. Right? He just had to go out there and do what he did. And I know exactly why he did this, because he gives the game away in the next tweet. Is that the second one? I can't read it.
Yeah, it says Liam Gray's friends disgust me. From what I understand, a few days ago, one of them publicly posted his suicide post. That's not true. Then they never bothered to follow up on whether or not they'd get help. Why? So they have a public gotcha if anyone mentioned it.
I love it when Tug tells you why he did shit. He did it specifically. So when they call him a piece of shit for being the first one to put this news out into the actual public sphere, you can say, oh, you're just shitting on me because you're bad friends. Right?
Yeah.
But they did get Liam help.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And then this is a quote tweet of Tug saying, my last post on Liam Gray days ago, I posted he should get help and not kill himself. After he posted a suicide note, his trash friends stalked my and other positive posts, lying, creating drama, 3 days of BS like this because the wrong people don't want their pal dead. That's not even close. They're mad because you literally broadcasted it
to everyone when Liam had just been committed.
Yeah.
Right? Just been. There were people that friends of his that still weren't sure what was going on with him. He couldn't contact anybody. But you decided to just blast this out into the public where nobody knows anything. In what can only be detrimental to Liam's mental health, right? To have that, I mean, it's one thing for people, and this is the only place where they're right about Vinny, is Vinny shouldn't have done any streams about this, right? And that's the only thing that they're right about. Like, nobody here should have to be fucking talking about this, right? Vinny shouldn't have to go on a fucking stream and talk about how his friend was bullied into almost killing himself. John Delarose shouldn't have been e-fapping that fucking stream. And we shouldn't be having to sit here and say this is just fucking disgusting from all of these people.
Yeah.
But
there is one thing that I do, because this is the grossest part, and it comes from, well, in my opinion, it's the grossest part, and it comes from Cider. You all may remember Cider as Cindy Hyper,
who
the
used to
guy who
catfish.
used to pretend to be a woman in War Campaign, to do the grossest of things.
You got the...
Yeah.
People are pieces of shit. Go after them, Liam. Get them. And now it's somehow our fault. You guys are the enablers. You guys push this. This is you. It's not us. Oh my.
Once again, John blaming Liam's friends.
Yeah, John, the midget who leeches off his grandparents to house his kids, who leeched off of Liam until Liam almost killed himself, blaming Liam's friends, but that's not the important part here. I mean, it is the important part, but not of this clip.
Gosh.
So, John, I want to clarify something.
Yes.
A little earlier, I said that I called New South Wales police to get Liam some help.
Yes.
All right, I called him twice. I got disconnected the first time. I had to go through my sheriff's department the second time. All right. I did not go out into public and take credit for that.
No,
I did not go out and say, "Look at me, I saved Liam Gray's life."
No,
I didn't at all.
That's just what you're doing now.
Meaning, when I talked to them and I got off the phone, I was done being interviewed. John, I returned to this stream and we talked to a fellow about his steampunk book.
I know.
That's what I did.
We didn't talk about any of this. We were very careful about it because we genuinely want Liam to just get help and not any sort of, we're not trying to take credit for anything, trying to make a brand out of this. This is not something to do that with.
And John, I'm gonna dox myself right now, okay?
Yeah.
I have been going into Liam's chats as TRVL, and I have been talking to him about giant robots, about Sailor Moon, about Dragon Ball Z, to steady him, to bring him back to the things he loves, to bring him back to the things that's passionate about, to bring him back to the things that inspires him. I have been along since he kicked me the first time. I have been coming in and out with different alts in order to communicate with him on peaceful terms on things he loves. Because even though Liam has this thing that I hate his guts and I want him to die and suffer, I don't. I do care deeply for that man. I really do. I don't want to have sex with him or anything like that.
That's good.
But I want to make sure that Liam Gray raises a healthy family and that he spends all of his days with his daughter, his wife, and his adopted children and his extended family. I want him to die an old man with many, many, many stories to tell. And that's why I put that call in, not to be a hero.
Yeah, it's this is it, and these guys are acting like they are heroes for enabling him to kind of push in these fights. And now they're trying to instigate even more fights.
How come these guys didn't call New South Wales?
People are...
Well, it's funny he says that. Okay, so first of all, I do, before we show who actually contacted the police to get Liam help, it wasn't Cider, that lying piece of shit. Before we get to that part, let's first touch up on, firstly, it's really cruel. Liam wants nothing to do with you. And so what do? You contact him through multiple alts and pretend to be his friend, not to get him help. I guarantee that's not the reason. This was something that the Etsy's. This was something that the Etsy's used to do because they were all blocked by Liam and they wanted to continue to get content from him. And this was at a time where they're literally making nonstop content off of him. That's why he did it. That lying fucking faggot.
You slipped the F word.
That piece of shit. And then he's gonna go and say, I did it to bring him back. I didn't make the call to be a hero. You're literally trying that act right now, you lying fucking faggot.
Yeah. That's what all the Etsy's were doing. They all had alt accounts. They would egg Liam on in the chat. They especially Testify. Testify couldn't pull it off very long, but he would do it, until they would say stuff in the chat, ask him leading questions in the chat, get belligerent about Liam's answers in the chat. So Liam would have would completely flip the fuck out on a stream and they'd have content. That is what Cider was doing. Yes. No, I'm sorry. Not Cider. Cindy. That is what Cindy Hyper was doing. That's how Cindy Hyper first showed up in Comicsgate. Cider had an account. It was him with that like feminized AI Instagram filter shit on it, right? And he'd go around catfishing dudes on Twitter, pretending to be a woman. He'd get offers for like free comic books and shit from guys that thought he was a girl. And I mean, they were hyper sexualized, not just a little fucking flirty, but hyper sexualized. And he used to pretend to be a girl in War Campaign's Discord. Right. And you want us to believe that guy was just trying to be like, you know, Liam's low-key friend from the chat and try to make sure he talked about happy things and things that made him happy.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So
because at the same time he was doing that, he's on JDA's stream lying about fucking Liam.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that should tell you all you need to know about that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, like the fact that he would even claim, I did it to bring him back. First of all, how about you, don't create multiple alts to, like, contact somebody who clearly and has expressed that he wants nothing to do with you, you fucking weirdo. You fucking weirdo. Like, who the fuck does that? I did it to bring him back. You did it for content. You guys were literally milking content off of him at the time. Like, and then to say that you're the one who put in the call to get Liam help.
Liam's life.
I didn't do it to be a hero, but I am a hero. No, you're a fucking lying piece of shit who has to shit in a bag. Fuck you, dude.
So this is the email that was received by someone who was not Cider.
Who actually contacted.
Who is the person, one of the people from Liam's friend group who contacted the New South Wales constable. Right. So, if you want to read it, Dean, because
yeah,
I can't.
It says, "Hi, blank. Thanks very much for letting us know about the situation. Liam was located and assessed by paramedics. His wife was with him at the time, and she is aware of the mental health issues he is experiencing. We will ensure he gets the appropriate medical intervention. Thanks again." And then it shows their credentials.
Yeah. See, well, Tug is talking about how none of Liam's friends were getting him help. They were busy getting him help. And one of them was this Melody Tale Studios. I have no idea who that is. But they replied to Tug's tweet about Liam's friends disgusting him with, "I was the one who called for a welfare check and have an email from the police as proof that he's getting the help he needs. This was coordinated by Liam's friends in our private chat. Stop spreading lies. They're not needed, nor will they help Liam in any kind of way. I really wanted to stay out of this, but the misinformation is getting out of hand." So.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't Cider.
Of course not. You know? There is one last thing that we are going to show. I got to pull it up real fast. This is also just extremely gross. Me of Facebook posts, I humbly accept this award to disguise a brag post. Yeah, like that's literally what he did.
That's exactly what it is.
Like, it's fucking wild, dude. So we are going.
Boba Fett here says the Etsy stalked a 15-year-old aspiring artist that contacted Liam to try prove he was grooming. It was sickening to what extent they were going to going to based on Sider's lies. Now here's this is true. Not only is this true, but they did stalk this kid's Facebook. I still have those DMs from Testify where he did this. Testify wanted me to post that shit to the Liam thread on Kiwi Farms. Just like he wanted me to post Manger Chan's pictures, her photographs on Kiwi Farms. Right.
Yeah. Speaking of posts on Kiwi Farms.
This post is from Einbrecht.
Now, Einbrecht, Einbrecht was mentioned in that stream. I didn't put the clip in, but John Delarose says Einbrecht did nothing wrong. He didn't do anything to Liam.
He never said anything.
He didn't do nothing, guys.
He didn't do nothing.
Oh dear, whatever could this be?
And for those who don't know, Einbrecht is one of those guys who's been around in JDA's chat, along with the Etsy's chats. He's also really tight with Elassie Affairs. I believe they run the Discord together. I don't know if I don't watch any of or Elassie Fields or Affairs, whatever the fuck that channel's name is.
Elassie Aspergs, yeah.
Yeah. I've never really watched any of their content. But he's one of the many JDA hangers on, or at least was. I don't know if he's still doing so because it's not like I'm in JDA's Discord or something.
Yeah. Now this is him posting what I could only assume is Liam's docs.
Address.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh hey, look, we can see the cuck shed in the backyard. This is actual aerial. We've censored it because we're not gonna do that. But aerial photos of Liam's property. Like, what the fuck? Einbrecht didn't do nothing, guys, according to John. The guy who definitely was pushing Liam to suicide. Like
the Liam post had been dead for months. Nobody was posting in the Liam post until a Lazmat and Einbrecht showed up on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah.
And then they're all over. They both had to add their worthless 2 cents to the Kiwi Farms thread. And what this is,
then he starts posting like stuff about his mom's fucking Facebook, like posts from his mom's Facebook, his grandma's Facebook.
He posts he posts pictures of his mom holding his daughter. I mean, from her Facebook. He just goes all out. And yeah, I mean, it's standard for a Kiwi. Einbrecht's not a fucking Kiwi.
Well, I mean, even if he is,
and even if he is,
this is the guy who didn't do nothing.
Right. This is the guy that didn't do anything.
This is the guy who's part of JDA's fucking posse. And
this is actually a little bit further than most threads on Kiwi Farms do go. From what I've seen, like to dig into someone's grandmother's Facebook and post it up is just is.
I mean, it happens. It happens, right? But this is John's posse.
This isn't Captain. Well, that's even part of fucking John's posse. It isn't some guy on Kiwi Farms who doesn't hang out with John Delarose.
Like, this is literally like his posse. He shows up on his streams. Like,
the guy is in his chat. He talks to him from the chat. He's been on his streams.
And John defended him in that stream that we were showing. That happened just 2 days ago. Einbrecht didn't do nothing.
Yep.
So.
And then your next post is from Elasmat, which is mostly just about a stream, a little bit of hyperbole about it, and then you get Einbrecht again with more posts from
his grandma,
his grandma, and his mom's Facebook for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever.
Didn't do nothing, guys.
But he didn't do nothing.
According to John.
Nobody in John's circle has done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done nothing except harass Liam, try to destroy his business. The first comment on Liam's new Indiegogo is from Micah going, "Is this supposed to look like shit?" Way to be a fucking professional, Micah. Like, all they do is tear him down, try to ridicule him. I mean,
And they
this
want
is
the best for him.
but they want the best for him. And this had nothing to do with Liam's friends egging him on and talking
Well, what I love
horrible
about that is
comics.
like they're saying his friends egged him on into defending himself from John and EVS, and that's what caused this. And it's like, yeah, he went up against you guys, and you guys were so relentless. Like, either way, it still ends back, like, your actions. Like,
right. It's
had he not have fought us, we wouldn't have pushed him this far.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what you're saying.
If Liam had just rolled over, showed his belly, and come back to Comicsgate with enough apologies, this would have been all over with. It never would have kept going on. Bullshit, for one. But two, really? Like, it's Liam's fault that, that he was trying, as far as he saw, defend himself from the lies of JDA and Ethan and Cider and Tug and Yellow Flash and Micah and Wiggle Wiggle and the Quaff and that entire group of fucking people who were relentless, including Elazamat, who were relentless in going after him. Like,
And first of all, and this is somebody that they acknowledge
is
unstable.
Right.
That's like the key point. They know he's unstable, and they do this.
Anyway, so Liam, who still wants to have a fucking career making comics, right? He leaves Twitter on his main account, and he's only got the Conquest Comics account. Micah starts saying shit, and Liam, of course, being Liam, can't not say something, right? He can't not stream about it, but they can't leave him alone, and because he has to answer, and he feels compelled to answer, and they know he is going to fucking answer.
That's why
so
they
can
egg
get more
him on.
content
Yeah,
out of
that's
it.
literally, that's why
They fucking-
Cindy Hyper, Cider Hype, is creating alts to talk to Liam.
In his chat. Well, only admitting to his chat. So God only knows where else, right? Maybe Twitter DMs. Who knows? We don't. But, they do this shit on purpose. And poor Liam, he's never going to be, it's going to be extremely hard for Liam to get out from under this.
Oh, no, he can, if he just joins Comicsgate. And that's
says he's
literally
sorry
what they
enough.
say in that stream.
Liam says it, I'm sorry, Ethan
And
fucking
John
says it in a tweet today. He said it in a fucking tweet today.
This will all go away for Liam if he joins Comicsgate.
Yes.
What a piece of shit. And no, legit, right? There's gonna be people in Comicsgate that defend John and Ethan over this. And there's gonna be people who just stand by silently
and let it happen.
and don't do anything to change it, and you are the same as defending them. And legit, and I know I'm probably gonna lose some friends for this, you're all pieces of shit if you stand idly by and don't say anything. Fuck you. All of you. And that even goes out to the people who are my friends that are in CG. And if you don't want to be friends after I said that, that's totally fine.
I feel the same way.
But fuck you. So anyways.
I mean, it's one thing to get the occasional video. I mean, fuck, JDA can't do a fucking live stream without mentioning me, right? Or referring to me in some way. But I'm not Liam. Right? I'm not.
Wait. No, he wasn't holding himself hostage. He was literally gonna kill himself. He said it privately, motherfucker. He didn't broadcast it to the world. That was Tug. You stupid piece of shit, Finatra. Fuck you.
Yeah, and fuck you too, Amit. So he false flagged a fucking channel.
Does that mean he should be bullied into suicide?
And did he actually false flag anything?
Well, he did false flag
it wasn't
the
a false...
SWC brothers.
Yeah, he false flagged the SWC brothers. But you know what you didn't see? You didn't see daily fucking videos about Liam once they got another channel. You didn't see them, you know, acting. I mean, the SWC brothers didn't act like fucking John Delarose. Right?
Well, that's good, Finatra. But I am mad about your comment. Like, that's fucked up. And, like, seriously, like, think about what you said. It's not like he was holding himself hostage. That's the thing that I hated about that phrasing from Tug. Liam threatened suicide. No, he was going to kill himself. And he said so privately. He didn't broadcast it on social media. He said it to his friends.
Basically, you know, I've left instructions for my business. I'll let everybody know where to find me. You know, like he was pretty damn close to walking out his fucking door. He was on his way out of his door, people. So he wouldn't do it at home.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
Burdett. He is okay. He's still in the hospital. Apparently, when they try to take you in and you fight back, that means you're crazy. He is in the hospital.
No, Finatra, I'm not sure if you showed up. Sorry. Finatra, I'm not sure if you showed up late. No, unlike Sider's claims that he contacted the police to get Liam help. No, his actual friends, the ones that he gave his suicide note, contacted the police and got him help. So I'm not sure what you mean by switched out, but no.
Apparently, nope, there was somebody apparently in the DM group who leaked that information because somehow it fell into Well Red's hands because Well Red is the one who told Micah. Who knows who else found out? I mean, I don't know where the original leak was, whose alt account was in there, you know, and then went running to fucking, you know, everybody they could think of to spread the news.
Yeah. But no, his actual friends, and like we showed the email that they received back from, I think they call it the constable.
Yeah.
But yeah, like his actual friends helped him. They didn't enable him to do this, but they did get him help. And yeah, so, but yeah, like seriously, anybody who's just gonna silently just watch,
you don't
pretty
have
fucked up.
you don't have to like Liam, right? I mean, I'm not saying, but you do have to. You should at least be able to acknowledge how fucked up he's been treated,
and that they were pushing him
they were pushing him to do to do something extreme like this.
And once again, I think we're gonna end the stream. I'm good to end the stream, but I'm gonna end it with that clip again. Finatra, you were late to the show. So you're going to see they knew what they were doing. Are you good to end?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So hopefully next week we have something more cheerful to talk about. Maybe we can, I don't know. Who knows? It's Comicsgate. Anything can happen in a week. But thank you everybody for joining us.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this one of John's intros again. And this wasn't edited. This plays straight from start to finish, just like this. And let's do it.
Look at me, sir. Don't spam the chat, mate. Asking questions once is enough. Oh gosh, he just kept asking and asking, dude. Like, why does it matter? I emailed him a couple of times. We talked back and forward. At the time, he said he wasn't interested in making comics. He was just making commentary. That's it. There's no more to it. Like, I'm not the secret mastermind behind your boy Zach. You know, I was just here a long time ago before it was a major thing, you know? And when I saw people talking out against things that I'd been talking about for a very long time, I thought, finally, there's enough people together that we can make change. That's it. That's why this has been so important to me, because I've seen so many people get hurt. I've seen so many creators get hurt and go to the grave with nothing. You know, like I have people that were very dear and important to me that are no longer with us, who don't have anything. And their family suffered really hard. Hold on. Sorry. No, I'm fine.
I'm blown out. Oh no, the almighty Juice of Kiwi Farms has determined I am a lolcow. He will ruin my employment prospects and bully me into suicide.
John knew what he was doing. And so did EVS. And so did Cider. And that whole group of people.